seems that China has given out its first statement warning the U.S. over the Strait of Hormuz blockade. And the U.S. officials, however, this has now been said on part of Scott Bessent, where he is now giving a direct message to Beijing, saying that China will not be able to buy Iranian oil. This is a big statement that is now coming in, where Bessent has now called China to be an unreliable partner. The rift that seems to be widening ahead of Trump's possible Beijing visit, he seems to have postponed it. But however, Scott Bessent is of the opinion that U.S. will continue to block Chinese ships and China will not be able to buy Iranian oil anymore. Well, this seems to be more like a threat, Srinjoy, that is now coming in from the U.S. side, directly aiming at China.
How does the world's biggest economy decide where the second biggest economy of the world decides to buy its oil from? That's the question. Can America decide where China is going to buy its oil from? That's a very crucial question. And if Scott Bessent, seen as one of the more important ministers in the cabinet ministers in the Trump administration, has said that, and it is American policy, then there is more trouble ahead, because the Chinese will refuse to accept that.
Yes, because there is a lot of dependence as far as on China is concerned when it comes to using the Strait of Hormuz. However, this is Scott Bessent coming in from the U.S. administration saying that they will block the Chinese tankers carrying Iranian oil in the Strait of Hormuz, saying that they will not be able to get their oil, and they can get their oil, but not Iranian oil. This is a specific that has now been added on part of the U.S. administration. Well, China, something has already come out to criticize and condemn these statements coming in from the U.S.'s side. We'll get you more on that. This is only build up when it comes to the biggest war coverage that we are getting for our viewers right here on Times Now. The morning news continues on the other side of a very short break.